Well, okay, so today's little interesting little tech video is be aware of old, like when you order devices, be aware of those, be aware of old devices. Like, and I'm going to tell you why, because sometimes, like, I can tell you what I got in my hands right here, and a lot of people will be very, very shocked. This is an iPhone 8 right in my hand right now as we're speaking because of the back camera and the front. And I tell you, my most difficult thing I've ever experienced with there, and I'm going to tell you why. Like, my most difficult experience with the iPhone 8 is buying the case and the screen protector, because I look at places in Houma, where I'm from, Home, Louisiana, and they don't sell the iPhone 8 stuff anymore. Like, I go to Five Below, I go to Walmart, and lo and behold, they stopped selling the cases and or screen protectors for iPhones that are older than the iPhone 13. And that's the dang truth. So for what I have to do until I get a new one, until this thing breaks and I need a new one, is I have to go on Mr. Amazon and go order the casing. Yeah, the case is a custom made from Amazon, by the way, if you want to know. And so it's a pop socket, because you can't find this in Homa. Online is your best little friend for this kind of means. And not just that, I had to specify on Amazon, I'm looking for a screen protector that fits an iPhone 8. And, yep, and I ordered them in about a 4-pack. Good, because look, if this one breaks, I can swap it out. And if I get on the last one, I can order it again. And that's why I've been using Amazon much more than I've been going to Walmart or other places. The charge cords are not an issue, because the charge cords, as you can see, the charge cords are universal. There are still many places that have the USB to Lightning, which I've been keeping a lot of these cables around, because I have two devices that take this connector up here, and if one of them breaks, I can either throw it away and put another one in a spot. And I'm also going to show you the iPad too, and tell you a little backstory of how I've have gotten a new iPad, and why sometimes when we order stuff like this, you had to be a little more aware. Because sometimes, look, and I can tell you a little bit of story in the next part of why we got a new one. Because I originally had an iPad mini before, iPad mini 3. But I'm going to show you this one in my next portion. And I'm going to be adding it to this if you want to know. So another reason why you should be aware of when you're ordering some stuff, and this iPad is no exception to this, which I like my devices all together because they do the job pretty well the same, get from point A to point B. And I can show you why, because it's much like the iPhones here, and this is the last one I think they made with the home button in here. So for this one, I had to go get the tablet on Amazon and get the case on Amazon, and that's where I got this for Christmas. So how I got that iPad, for if a lot of you were wondering why I got it, well, like I said before, I had an iPad mini 3, I believe, I had that one since I was a sophomore in college. For a lot of I took that thing back and forth to school, used it in practice sessions, what have I. Okay, and the thing was, I had little defaulting problem with my pad. Like, I was trying to charge it one day, and what happened was it was not charging at all. It wasn't even turning on. It wasn't charging. Tried out multiple adapters, tried multiple cables, tried pretty well everything that I could, but I've got no response. So here I am. It was during Christmas, by the way, of this past year. I had to try and contact Drop and Fix, and I asked the person on Facebook, saying, "Okay, is it possible y'all can really look into my iPad Mini 3? My pad was broken and it's no longer charging." And the thing you gotta keep in mind, it's a little over 10 years old. Go figure, yeah, that's what it was. So I got a reply back, and this is why you should be aware when you're buying devices to make sure when something goes wrong, you can repair it. Like the iPhone here, for example, I've gotten it for a battery repair as of last year, around this time last year. And I was lucky to have gotten that repair, like pretty much. You know, it might charge me the $60, or I think it's 65, just to get an iPhone repaired, to pop the battery out and put a new one. And I was lucky that the thing didn't blow up on me at home or at school or wherever it was at the moment. I'm lucky it didn't do that. It started sparking at the repair shop. And that's what I meant to say. Sometimes the phones, you might be a little bit lucky, you know, depending on your model. Sometimes the iPads, you might be lucky, and sometimes you might not be. So the iPad mini kind of fell on the second one that wasn't at that time. So I had to still talk to my mom and say, "Look, Christmas is coming up, let's get a new iPad." And she ordered on Amazon. That's how I got this one. I just want to make sure that whenever I go for devices, make sure that the repair guys that repairs my devices, make sure they can they have the parts needed for them, you know, like the battery, like if the speakers go defaulty, or if any other parts screw up, and it will take some manual labor to get into them. I want to make sure they got the parts for this. And also the casing too. Both of these guys had to go Amazon to find the casing, and or the shields and everything else, because places in Homa don't even sell them, and I don't think Best Buy does either. But I haven't looked there recently. But hey, if I do, I might never know, or they might just be like everybody else and sell the new stuff versus the old stuff, and not cool. So like I said, these cables you can still find on a universal level. Walmart's got them, Five Below's got them, Best Buy's probably got them too, and pretty much Walgreens maybe. So the casing, the shields, that's what you got to use your Amazon to get them. Yeah, it's a fun part to wait on them, but hey, it's better to keep these little devices from breaking. And I'll see you later on the flip side.